Today is October 27th, and we are on day 2 of reviewing quadratic equations, quadratic functions. So on day 2, we're going to be talking about domain and range and transformations. So on our transformations, we're all looking at transformations from the parent function. And our parent function is y equals, or f of x equals, x squared. So we're looking from the original function that is centered at the origin, that goes up. From that, what transformations do we have? So remember that when we're in vertex form, we got y equals a x minus h squared plus k. So on number 1, I don't see an a value here, so that means a equals 1. Then we have x plus 3 squared and then plus 3 on the end. So the transformations that we have are going to occur from all the things that are different. So the first thing that I see that is different is that plus 3. Remember, on the inside of the parentheses, we're going opposite. So if it says plus 3, we're moving to the left 3. So we're going to say left 3 units. And if something were multiple choice, you might see it as horizontal shift left 3 units. Then on the end there, we have plus 3, and that plus 3 will make us move up 3 units. So that brings my vertex to negative 3, 3. And since a is 1, that is a positive number, so we have a happy parabola. And that happy parabola is going to affect the range. So the range is going to be from a bottomed out number all the way to the top. And then our bottomed out number is going to come from our up or down movement. And since we're moving up 3 units, then that means my lowest value will be 3, and I will go up until infinity on that range. So my lowest value is 3, and then I go up to infinity. Domain never changes because we're going to go left to right forever. Now on number 2, we have f of x equals 3 times x plus 2 squared minus 1. So this 3 is my a value. It is a positive number, so it is a happy parabola. It kind of looks like a U. So for my transformations, I see 3 things that are different. The first one being that 3 in the front. That 3 in the front is going to affect the width of my graph. So when it is a 3, then I'm going to have a wider graph. No, when it is a 3, sorry, I was thinking a fraction. When it is a 3, that's a whole number that stretches my graph vertically. So I have a vertical stretch. By a factor of 3. Then the second thing that I see is different is that plus 2. Remember, on the inside, we go opposite. So plus 2 will mean that we are moving to the left. So we're moving left 2 units. There's going to be another bell here in a second. And then minus 1 on the end, we take it as it is. Minus means down. So we're going to move down 1 unit. So those are the 3 things that I saw that were different. And the down 1 unit affects my range. It is a happy parabola, so the down 1 is going to be my lowest value. So negative 1, and then up toward infinity. Domain, negative infinity to positive infinity. Number 3, negative 2x plus 4 squared plus 2. A is negative now, so we have a sad parabola. Got a negative guy. So we have a parabola that's facing down. So then I have 2 more transformations, that plus 4 and then that plus 2. So a whole number, well, actually there's 4, because there's the negative, the 2, plus 4, plus 2. So we have 4 different transformations. The negative is going to flip that upside down. So we have a reflection across the x-axis. Then we have the 2, which is a whole number, so it is going to be a vertical stretch by a factor of 2. Then plus 4 on the inside we think opposite, so we have, let's write the formal words, horizontal shift, left 4 units, and then that plus 2 on the end, we take it as it is, so a vertical shift up 2 units. So my vertex is all the way up here at negative 4, 2. And I see those arrows are pointing downward. So I'm going to have a highest value. So my range is going to stop at that value 2. And since it is going down forever, it's going to head toward negative infinity. And then the domain won't change. On number 4, we have f of x equals 2, x plus 4 squared plus 2. So this is my a value, and it is positive 2. Then I have my vertex at negative 4, 2, and it's positive. So this is a facing up parabola with a vertex here at negative 4, we take the opposite, and then 2, we take it as it is. So the transformations, I see 3 different things that are changed from the parent function. First thing is that 2, so we're going to say that that's going to give me a vertical stretch since it's a whole number. By a factor of 2. Then that plus 4 on the inside is going to be a horizontal shift opposite, so left. Four units. And a vertical shift because of that 2 on the end there. Up 2 units. And that's all 3 different things. Domain stays the same. And then the range depends on the vertex. So we have a lowest value, and it is 2. And then we're headed toward positive infinity. Now on number 5, f of x equals x minus 4 squared plus 3. So here, I don't see an a value, so a is 1. And so that means I only have 2 things that have changed from the parent function, the minus 4 and the plus 3. So it is a positive quadratic, so it's going to be facing upward. And the vertex has moved to the right 4 and up 3. So my new vertex is at 4, 3. So the right movement will be a horizontal shift. Oops, right. 4 units. And then we have a vertical shift up 3 units. The range depends on that vertex. So since my y value of the vertex is 3 and I'm facing upward, that's the lowest y value I can possibly have. And the rest of them will head toward infinity forever. And then the domain is always the same. On number 6, we have negative x minus 3 squared minus 4. So here, my a value is negative 1. So I have 3 changes. The first one is that negative sign, which makes a reflection. So we have a reflection across the x-axis. Then that minus 3 is going to be a horizontal shift to the right. Three units. And then a vertical shift from that minus 4 down 4 units. So I have a negative parabola. It's facing downward with a vertex here that went right 3 and down 4. So 3, negative 4 is my vertex. So since it is facing downward, that is a highest value, that is a maximum. So the maximum on the range is negative 4, and then everything else will be smaller than that. And the domain is the same as always, negative infinity to infinity. Number 7, f of x equals x minus 1 squared plus 2. I don't see an a, so that means a is 1. So if a is 1, that's not a change, it's say 1. And then we have minus 1 and plus 2 as my two changes. So I have two transformations. The first one is that minus 1, so it's a horizontal shift. Opposite direction, so right 1. And then that plus 2 as it is. So vertical shift up 2 units. And nothing else has changed from the parent function. So we have a positive parabola with a vertex that went to the right 1 and up 2. So the range will start at that lowest value, that minimum of 2, and head toward infinity. And the domain will not change. Then on number 8, this is my a here in front. We have x minus 4 squared and then plus 1. So I see 4 things that are different from the parent function. The first one is the negative, the second one is the 2, the third one is the minus 4, and the fourth one is the plus 1. So the first thing, the negative, flips the graph, so I have a reflection across the x-axis. I have a 2 in the front, which is a whole number. So that is a vertical stretch. By a factor of 2. Minus 4 on the inside, we think opposite. So it's a horizontal shift to the right. Four units. And then that plus 1 on the end, we think exactly as it is. So vertical shift up 1 unit. So this is a negative parabola, negative quadratic. So it is facing downward. We move to the right, so positive 4, and then plus 1. So 4, 1 is my new vertex. Domain won't change. So since this is facing downward, I have a maximum value of 1. Maximums go on the right, and then we're headed toward negative infinity. So we did 1 through 8 together. Your homework will be to do 9 through 18. And then just make sure that you upload that to Canvas completed so you can get full credit for this assignment.